Welcome to Friday Night Games. I'm JComX. How do you like the new renovations? We're going all out for today's special episode because we're talking about Mario's very first self-titled arcade. What the heck is that noise? Oh, come on. We just remodeled and we've already got a leak. Babe!
Huh? Yeah, what's up?
We've got a leak in the house and it's ruining my YouTube show.
Oh, come on. We just remodeled. Ugh. Alright. Oh, oops.
Never fear, Plumbot is here.
Oh crap, not the Plumbot!
Yes, I see now. This problem is due to human error. Eliminate humanity. Exterminate.
That's gonna cost you.
Oh my gosh, babe. It's Mario!
Wow, what an honor, Mr. Mario, and a good day to you, sir.
What's the matter for you? What you the plumber for? Don't you know they're hazardous to your health?
Oh yeah, I was so distracted by Mario showing up that I forgot to introduce you. Everyone welcome the person responsible for these renovations and my wife, Lexington.
Lexington.
Lovely day for it.
This is all so perfect. Mario is here, and since Mario Bros is a multiplayer game, Lexington can be my player too.
Alright, player 2.
What are you two talking about? Can you just show me a sink already?
Oh Mario, don't be modest. We're talking about one of the games that defined who you are as a character. How could you forget?
This thing is ancient. Nobody cares about these anymore. What are you? Oh, I know what's going on. You're one of those freaks who makes videos about old crap and puts it on the internet, huh?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Mario is fixing our sink!
I know, I mean, look at him. It's clearly Mario.
It's gonna cost you.
So, you thought Super Mario Bros. Was the game to make Mario into the icon he is today? Well, no. Tonight, Lexington and I are going to show you the real game that cultivated Mario.
That's right. We're gonna tell you about the history, development, and the legacy of Mario Bros, as well as showcase both the arcade and console versions of the games. But if you want to catch up with all Mario's adventures up to this point, check out the Friday Night Games Mario playlist.
Our story begins right after Donkey Kong Jr. is released to arcades back in 1982. While Jr. failed to reach the heights of good old Dad, the game was successful enough that Nintendo made multiple versions of it on their handheld Game & Watch line.
Shigeru Miyamoto, the lead developer behind both Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., was able to use the success of those games to make a third arcade game, Popeye, which is pretty awesome considering he had originally wanted to make Donkey Kong as a Popeye game, but had to change everything because he couldn't get the license for whatever reason.
With 3 successful games under his belt, Shigeru Miyamoto, as well as the manager of R&D1 and creator of the Game & Watch, Gunpei Yokoi, went to work on a third installment of the Donkey Kong series. Miyamoto was proud of his chubby little Italian Mario character he had come up with and wanted to keep putting him in all of his games, similar to how Alfred Hitchcock always cameoed in his own movies. Gunpei Yokoi agreed to have their new game revolve around Mario, but being inspired by Joust, he suggested that the game should be a competitive multiplayer game.
Once they knew what kind of game they wanted, the two creatives now had to decide what to do with all these platforms. Yokoi-san suggested that, unlike in Donkey Kong where Mario would die at the mere idea of a ledge, in this version, Mario should be able to jump around freely. Miyamoto-san scoffed at how unrealistic the idea was, which is funny considering this man came up with Donkey Kong Jr., but then, after seeing it in practice, he quickly agreed. Then Yokoi-san struck on a brilliant idea, one that has continued to define Mario as much as his jumping. What if you could hit enemies from below?
This might not seem like such a big deal now, but this concept was extremely novel back in 1983, and it made so much sense for Mario. Mario was all about jumping. He was jumping all over the place. His original name was Jumpman, for God's sake. Now see this? Look at that. Look at this. This pose didn't come from Donkey Kong. And it didn't come from Super Mario Bros. Like I thought either. That shit came from Mario Bros.
The only problem was, defeating enemies from below made the game way too easy. So, Miyamoto-san and Yokoi-san decided that hitting enemies from below should only stun them, and you should have to jump up and kick the enemies to defeat them. But what kind of enemy would make sense to be knocked onto its back to be defeated? Turtle. That's right. This is the game that introduced the turtle theme into the Mario games. Koopa Troopa, King Koopa, all the turtles in the Mario games. It all started in this game. While trying to communicate to the player how much time there was before the enemy got back up, Miyamoto-san was talking to the composer for the game, Hirokazu Tanaka, who said it would be funny if the turtle got out of its shell and went back in, and that's why turtles in the Mario universe get knocked out of their shells.
Miyamoto also ran into another problem. Pretty soon all of the enemies would end up pooling at the bottom of the screen with nowhere to go. There needed to be a way for the enemies to get back from the bottom of the screen to the top. On his way home from work one day, he saw some drainage pipes coming out of the wall and he thought, I can use those. So he added big old green-ass pipes to the game, and now you can't throw a fireball in a Mario game without it hitting into one of those bad boys. Are you starting to see what I mean when I say that this game defined a lot of the aesthetics of the Mario franchise going forward?
Now that the bushy, mustachioed Mario was running around in overalls, knocking out turtles coming out of the drainage pipes, Miyamoto-san started to look at this thinking, this is a giant underground New York sewer system. With that setting, it only made sense to change Mario from a carpenter into his most iconic role, a plumber.
And he's been a plumber ever since. But on top of that, Mario Bros. Is responsible for popularizing another iconic Nintendo character.
That's right. You see, Mario Bros. Was always meant to be a competitive, multiplayer game. Mario needed an opponent, and they couldn't just make another Mario, or could they? Actually, yes, they could. In fact, they did. They changed Mario's colors and voila! Our absolute best boy and Mario's twin brother, Luigi, was born. A few months prior to Mario Bros. Release, Luigi had already been introduced in a Game & Watch game, also called Mario Bros. But this version was in development first, and it's where the concept for Luigi was created. Apparently, Miyamoto-san was not the person who came up with the name Luigi. Once again, Nintendo of America named Mario's brother, just like they had renamed Jumpman to Mario. They chose Luigi because it was another Italian name that matched pretty well with Mario. Miyamoto-san ended up liking it because it sounds like the Japanese word Ruigi, which means similar.
With the multiplayer concept being front and center for this game, Atari even made Luigi the mascot for the game more than Mario. In the promotional materials and commercial for the game, Luigi is front and center.
Once Miyamoto-san and Yokoi-san finished their vision, Nintendo released Mario Bros. To the world. April 1983 in North America, and in June of 1983 for Japan.
In order to help cut the cost for this brand new game, Nintendo also introduced Nintendo Packs. These were parts of arcade cabinets that you could swap out with older cabinets like Donkey Kong or Popeye, and convert them into new ones like Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong 3, but at only a third of the price.
What?
I'm so excited to play some Mario Bros.
Wait, not before we look at the manual.
Fine.
You can play alone, or team up with a friend as Mario and Luigi tackle this underground adventure together. There are plenty of cagey critters to conquer, turtles, crabs, and fireflies, to mention a few. You'll progress through endless levels of challenge, collecting gold coins and building your score as you go.
What is this? Where's the backstory? The lore? Well, I'll tell you. Mario and Luigi were hard at work at their cement factory when tragedy struck. One of the containers overflowed and killed a truck driver. The news quickly spread and became an international scandal. The factory was shut down in disgrace, tarnishing the bros' reputations. Their only recourse was to become low-tier plumbers dealing with New York's dangerous underground sewers. The ones the government doesn't want you to know about. The ones where giant turtles and crabs come out of the drainage pipes to kill you.
Controls for this game are very simple. Move left or right with the D-pad, and press the A or B buttons to jump.
In the NES version of this game, you have 1 or 2 player Game A, which is beginner difficulty, as well as 1 or 2 player Game B for expert difficulty.
Different types of enemies will come out of the pipes, and you've got to use your super Jumpman punch abilities to hit them from below. Then you gotta get up and kick them, and quick, before they get back up and get even faster. In multiplayer mode, you can either work together as a team, or you can be a rat bastard and try to fuck over the other player.
And now for my favorite part, the characters. First up, we've got our heroes, the titular Mario Brothers.
They look so funny in this game. Like, what is this pose? It's like, hey, what's the matter for you?
We've got our most basic enemies, the turtle, known as a shell creeper in the arcade version, the predecessor to the Koopa Troopas.
Next are my favorite enemies, the crabs, also called the sidesteppers. These guys are difficult because you gotta hit them twice from below. First time, they just get mad. Second time, they flip over.
You've also got fighter flies, which move pretty slowly, but they jump around, and you can only hit them when they're on the ground, so you have to get the timing right. They kind of remind me of the bug enemies from Donkey Kong 3.
Making a return from Donkey Kong, we've got fireballs. These fucking things make the game way harder. The red ones show up after a while and bounce all over the place. The green ones move in a horizontal line, but they only show up on the same level as you. You can destroy them by hitting them from below to get extra points, but it's risky, because they'll come back and they'll be way faster.
My favorite enemies in this game are the Freezies, also known as Slip Ice in the arcade. These guys only show up in later levels and they slide around trying to freeze the platform to make it slippery. They're the best. Look at them. They're so cute. I love their little angry faces. And in both versions of the game, they have the best sound effects.
Also, the coin is a character, apparently. Your faceless employer sends these down the pipes every time you defeat an enemy, which gives you extra points. This is the first time gold coins show up in the Mario series, marking another example of this game introducing an extremely iconic element to the franchise.
I don't know how the coin gets away with being a character, but the POW block is relegated over here to secondary character status. Come on, this thing is iconic! This is a special block that you have to hit from below, and when you do, it will knock over all of the enemies that are touching the ground and get rid of any fireballs. You only get 3 hits before it disappears though, so make sure you use it in a tight situation.
You like extra points? Well, you can also get extra points for hitting multiple enemies in a row. In the arcade version, you'll get an extra life at 30,000 points and 50,000 points. But in the NES version, you'll get one at 20,000 points. After every few levels or so, there's a bonus round where you get to collect all the coins before the timer runs out. And if you do, you'll get even more points.
And of course, the game ends when both players lose all their lives.
Alright, are we done with the manual yet? I want to play the game already.
Yeah, let's play.
Hey, I got your fucking problem right here. You got turtles in your pipes. That's gonna cost you.
My name is Chef Jamison, and today we're going to make an artesian pasta with marinara sauce and a wide selection. Plumber pasta. We will begin with rotini piranha pasta. Is this what Mario does? Slicey, dicey. Shell creeper spinach. What's this called? I thought this was a Mario game video. Beautiful. Takes a while to boil some water. Snapjaw squash and Luigi zucchini.
You can't put Luigi in your mouth. That's inappropriate.
Food is going in your mouth.
What kind of advice would you give us while you're chopping?
You don't want to put your fingers in the way. What are the mushrooms? Mario is an addict. And boiling. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. It's the plumber surprise.
Plumber pasta.
Yeah. Anyway, set a timer or something. Namek. Wario whiskey. I like to do this. It's called a little. I want to give that You know, the time that is left. Chewing that. Is soap in the budget? Drain your piranha pasta. Medium heat. Remember that we have garlic. Goomba garlic?
No. Wario garlic.
See what I did there? Nice. Spatula. You have a spatula? Found something. Add all the ingredients. Yeah, there we go. Okay, turtle thyme, Rosalina rosemary, green pipe parsley. What the f does that say?
Austro oregano.
Ostro oregano. Hold on, we got these out of order. Didn't we already use the turtle? Hey, this is how cooking goes. Look at that. Zoom in on that. So good, so good. That's fucking disgusting. No one's gonna cook this. Plumber pasta. Who's gonna cook that? Tastes great. Everything sucks. Okay. It's a me!
Alright, let's fucking murder some turtles!
Man, after reading the manual, the game is incredibly easy to pick up and play, much like the Game & Watch games.
I love how you get all squishy when I bounce on you. Boing! Shit!
Serves you right. This level layout is so iconic, for me it's as iconic as Pac-Man.
Me too. There's a version of this game in Super Mario Bros. 3 that I remember loving and playing over and over again as a kid.
One of the main things I'm noticing is how slippery the controls are in this version. I'm a bit more familiar with the version on the Game Boy Advance. Mario's a lot easier to control in that one.
Yeah, it's kind of weird coming back to this version after so long. Mario also can't change his momentum while in the air, so you've really got to commit when you're jumping. And look at that ground level. Those blocks are straight up Mario blocks. I didn't even realize that design came from this game. Ooh, I got this turtle.
No, I'm gonna get it.
What? Hey,
No! Dude, not cool. You better watch yourself.
Ooh, bonus stage. Check this out. Whoops, wait. Got it! Whoops, whoops. Got it! Whoops, whoops. Got it! Whoops. Got it! Whoops. Got it! Got it! Fucking nailed it, dude. Alright, let's restart so you can play too.
Thanks.
Let's go, baby! Watch me get this turtle so fast. Fuck!
Loser.
You just wait. Alright, another bonus stage. Don't worry, I'll show you how it's done. Wait, what are you doing? Wait, hold on, dude. You're taking all of the coins. What the fuck? That's not fair. Oh my god, you're such a cheater. What the hell? Dude, that is so fucked up.
Hey, it's the Sidesteppers. There's my crab boys.
Yeah, let's do this shit.
Oh, I got an extra life.
Nice.
Wow, you suck.
Don't. Damn, you're killing it.
Yeah, but all these fireballs are getting in my way.
Nice. Oh, dude, you got to the fighter flies part.
All right, so last guy. All right, yeah. Oops. Whatever. I'll just get him over here. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! God damn it. All right, I got you now, you little bastard. Die! God damn it!
Why don't you just hit the guy?
Just fucking die! Oh my god! Ah, shit, fireball! Ah, damn it! Surrounded!
Well, we've at least got to get to the slip ices. They're my favorite enemies.
Ah, you're right. It's fun to fuck with each other, but, man, we're gonna have to work together if we're gonna get any farther.
All right, truce?
Truce.
No! Crap!
Why?
Whoops.
Dude!
Dang it. Fuck.
Seriously?
Aw.
Fuck!
Fireball!
Ass!
Bro.
Are we getting worse? No, 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 no! Ass! Oh, we did it!
Are you ready for the next phase? Hell yeah, we are. Look, it's the slip ice. I love them.
Bonus stage, aw yeah.
The floors are all icy. Let's do this. Oh,
Whoops.
Sorry.
Dang it. Just trying to get through here,
It's a little bit slippery, huh? Alright, yeah, you go get those last ones.
Fuck.
Oh well, that was just the bonus round. Now we'll finally get to see the slip ices in action. Look, there it is! Look at him go! Yeah, slip ice!
Dude, we are killing it. Shit!
Fuck!
Oh, what?
Ugh. Awesome, well we got to see the slip ice. Do you want to check out the NES version?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah, but first I want to take a look at the back of the NES box.
Mario and Luigi are doing some underground plumbing when all sorts of weird creatures come flying out of the pipes. Turtles, crabs, even fireflies attack the helpless Mario Bros. It's up to you to kick, punch, and knock out these sewer pests before time runs out.
But beware.
Just when you think you got rid of them, they come back for more. Play against the computer or with a friend. Either way, this is one underground classic you'll want to play time and time again.
I also noticed that this is the second time Nintendo gave Mario a blue-themed outfit without any red on the box art. Interesting. Oh, look at these 8-bit NES-looking graphics, I love it! And look at Luigi, he's got the white and green look that he has in Super Mario Bros. I didn't realize that color palette came from this game.
And look at the little turtles. They look like little chickens walking around bouncing their heads. Look at their little feet. But they don't jump out of their shells, though. The pipes also don't have that valve on them like in the other version. These ones kind of look a bit more like those classic green pipes.
The game kind of glitches out on the capture a little bit. It looks like Mario and Luigi are just floating around on the screen sometimes because their feet are moving so fast.
Same thing with the eyes on the crabs. I don't know what that's about.
It's because the frame rate of the game is 60, but the capture is only 30. Whoops.
I mean, other than the graphics, there's not a lot of change between this version and the arcade version.
I've noticed that the console versions of these games always seem to be a little bit easier. Even this game seems to be easier than the arcade version. Fireballs are much smaller and easier to dodge, and it doesn't seem as slippery.
I guess if you bought this game on the NES in the 80s, it would cost like $40. That's like $100, or about 81.5 pounds today.
That's true. They're not trying to swindle you out of quarters in this version.
It seems like once you get more familiar with the game, you start to utilize the edges of the screen more. Since the screen wraps around, you can use it to dodge enemies, and I find myself doing that a lot more as the game progresses.
Holy shit, the crabs! When the crabs turn pink in this game, they go crazy fast. I don't know if it's faster than in the arcade version, but it definitely feels like it. Look at that guy go, holy crap.
I think Mario Bros. Has done well against the test of time, and this will continue to be a game I revisit when I'm in the mood for some classic Nintendo gaming. The game's simple, solid structure plays out like a natural progression from the Game & Watch, testing players with real-time strategy and punishment, all while on the same basic, never-changing level layout.
Well, I guess that does it for the multiplayer aspect of the game, but I've still got to talk about the single player. I guess I don't need your help anymore. Thanks for playing Mario Bros. With me, babe. That was a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
Well, see you later.
Wait, I live here too?!
So we've covered the multiplayer aspect of Mario Bros., which is the main selling point of this game, but what if you just want to play Mario Bros. On your own? How does the game hold up? Well, for one, it's much more difficult. Sure, if you're playing multiplayer, you can fuck each other over, but if you're working together, then that's two people working towards the same goal. In single-player mode, the amount of enemies is the same, but you have to take them out all on your own, which can be really overwhelming. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game is still fun as hell, but it's just harder. Mario Bros. Was successful after its release in 1983 in both the US and Japan. It's surprising it was successful in the US because during that time we were going through the video game market crash of 1983. People loved the addictive multiplayer aspect of the game and welcomed Luigi with open arms. In Japan, it was released on the Famicom shortly after it was released in arcades, one of the fastest conversions of an arcade game to a home console at that time. In the US, a version of Mario Bros. Was released on the Atari 2600 around the same time as the arcade, and though the graphics are much worse than the NES version, the game is pretty much the same and it still received positive reviews all around. What more can I say about this incredible game? It's one of my favorite classic Nintendo games, especially the multiplayer. Even though it's challenging, I found myself wanting to play just one more round each time I got a game over. It's so simple yet very addicting. And although the arcade version is more difficult and has better graphics, I think the NES version is a more well-rounded experience overall. It's incredible how few changes there were from the arcade to the console conversion too. At the time, this must have felt like a technological achievement. Super Mario Bros. Is often considered the beginning of the Mario series, and while that game made Mario a household name and defined many of the characteristics of the franchise, Mario Bros. Is really where the series got its start. So many elements from this game would be used and popularized in Super Mario Bros. Turtles, coins, pipes, Mario hitting stuff from below, POW blocks, red bricks, and Mario being a plumber. Even Luigi was introduced to the world through Mario Bros, and even though he was just a green Mario, he would continue to follow his brother on his future adventures as Player 2, becoming beloved by younger siblings everywhere. And Nintendo itself hasn't forgotten the game either. 5 years after Mario Bros was released, Miyamoto added a version of this game into Super Mario Bros 3 as an Easter egg, where you can steal items from each other in multiplayer mode. This was also added to the remake of Super Mario Bros. 3 for Super Mario All-Stars, which is the version I played growing up, so I have a lot of nostalgia for this version. 2 years later, Gunpei Yokoi and Shigeru Miyamoto released Mario Clash for the Virtual Boy, which is a reimagining of the Mario Bros. Concept. In 2001, Nintendo began releasing the Mario Advance series for the Game Boy Advance, which were ports of the Super Nintendo versions of the classic Mario games. In each of these ports, they included an updated version of Mario Bros. This is the version I've probably spent the most time on, and probably the version that introduced a lot of Nintendo fans to the game, including Lexington. The visuals and gameplay both got a huge upgrade, making this one of the most accessible versions of the game. One of the coolest versions of this game is Luigi Bros, which can be unlocked in Super Mario 3D World when you beat the game. It's the same as the NES version, but you get to play as green and blue Luigi instead of Mario. And in multiplayer, Player 2 is the classic green and white Luigi. Super cool. Smash Bros. Fans might also recognize the stage Mario Bros., which was introduced in Brawl, allowing you to fight in the sewers of New York. As you can see, Nintendo holds this game in high regards, especially when it comes to Luigi's introduction as a character. If you want to play the game for yourself, you can check out the NES version through Nintendo's online service with the NES Classics, or you can play the arcade version through Arcade Archives on the Nintendo Switch. If you've never tried out this Nintendo staple, or if it's just been a while, I highly recommend checking it out. This game is still fun to this day, especially with a friend. I'm super excited for our next episode. We will get back to the Game & Watch games eventually, but first we need to talk about one of the most important events in Nintendo's history, one I've been hinting at for a while now, the release of the Famicom in Japan. Don't forget to subscribe because it's gonna be an awesome episode.
Hey, used to. Listen, this problem is worse than I thought. You got crabs. I'm gonna have to go call my partner and help me fix it. Just a second. Yeah, Linguigi, I'm gonna need you to come in and help. Listen, Squeege, I told you already 1,000,000 times before. My name's Marone. Yeah, fucking guy. Listen, don't argue with me, Linguigi. Just get the fuck... Squeege, listen to me. No, they did not ask about the pasta.
Really? Well, they're really missing out. It's good fucking pasta. We got linguine.
My associate will be down to assist us as soon as he is able.
Did he just say...
Luigi?
This week's subscriber shoutout goes to Jesse Watkins. Thank you for all of your kind comments on my Game & Watch series videos. I really appreciate it. You rock, Jesse Watkins.